Well, hi there. YouTube, it appears, is not cracking down on adult hobby video makers like we thought they might. This does not mean that I'm back like I was. I do not think I will ever go back to making one video every week for several reasons, some more obvious than others. But why am I making this video now? Because Patty, aka WellerMade, sent me a box that post office, or at least the person who services our street box, was a little unkind to, but I think things are okay. So Patty asked that I make a video of this, and I thought, you know, that's as good an excuse as any to get back to posting sporadically. And YouTube tells me my last video was uploaded 6 months ago, and I know YouTube's time thingies like that aren't the most accurate, but hey, 6 months sounds like a good time, good break. So Patty said, with being home a lot more than normal, the dolls were just getting a little overwhelming. So she asked if she could pass some on to me. Daku in the Winterland. So I am, out of practice on this, and I mean, not that I don't talk to myself all the time, but I haven't really been doing much doll stuff. Although, over the course of the last few weeks, I have been cutting out pieces that will eventually end up as doll clothes. I haven't been sewing much of anything lately, so I don't know when I'll sew these. But there's a slight possibility that when I do sew them, I might make a video of trying to find coordinates and outfits for them. Okay, so we have Daku in Winterland. In the Winterland. And there could be one of several kinds. Let's see what... We completely fail at getting this package open. Now we have, this cover model, yes. We will call this Northern Native, and not using the word on the box because that is not the word that the people up there like to be called. Does he stand? Yes, he stands on a firmer surface than this one. Alright, he's not going to stand here. Alright. I move my trash can farther away because I have been just tripping on it. Okay, I'll go for this bag of clothes next. Looks like there's some nice vintage pieces in here. And as usual, I am, way out of practice with getting things in front of the camera where they should be. This is old Barbie. Oh, Francie, yes. Oh, that's cool because I have more Francies than I used to. I don't have a lot of fashionistas. This is handmade, I think. Yeah, looking at how tiny the stitches are, this is handmade. So I like getting things made by other people because variety is fun, and I just get stuck with all the things that I normally make. So it's interesting to see what other people come up with and how they do things. Oh, that's cute. Let's see, this. Yeah, this is, I'd say, vintage, commercially made with that kind of snap. Not a lot of people have press-on snap machines. I'm trying to read what it says. I should do that later. I can stitch that up. What's that? Yes, this appears to be handmade. I'm wondering if it's made for Barbie or for someone larger. For some reason, I was almost thinking Judy Little Chap. I'm sure I have someone who fits it if it's not Barbie. It could be Barbie. You know, older Barbie was a little bit bigger than modern Barbie. And I love crocheted stuff. Patty crochets too, and I do have some of Patty's crochet pieces. I'm pretty sure this is a little older than her stuff. Interesting. As I've said on some social media places recently, I can sew the pretty stuff, I just never think about it. So I'm always happy to see other people sewing it. Because I am not responsible for all the doll clothes in the world. See, this also looks handmade. It's just not the kind of fabric that most people are using, which makes it seem more like a vintage doll item. I'm pretty sure it's modern. Fun. I'm paying attention to what I'm looking at, not at the camera, so I've probably been holding things where you can't see it again. Sorry. I'm sure I'll get a roundup of stuff on Instagram. Or maybe I will make a video of trying to find outfit coordinates for this stuff. But right now, one of the things that I've done since I made my last weekly video is over behind, you know, I would sit, it used to be a desk and then a table, and I'd sit behind it, and next to me would be this just big wall of stuff. For a while it was a file cabinet, and then it was a smaller cabinet that had dolls and things on top of it. I got rid of that. That thing had been holding my excess cloth. I got the cloth cleared out and put away properly, and I got rid of that smaller cabinet, and I bought it's like the last time I went to the thrift store, I said to myself, I want a small table to fit in this space, and then I can bring my big steamer trunk that I keep under the table with my doll clothes in it, and I can put that up there. That way I don't have to get down onto the floor when I'm ready to change doll clothes. I thought I would pull up a chair and sit next to it, but mostly I've been standing there. The other thing is, it's a work surface. You know, this is the ironing board with the cardboard on top of it. That for years had been my go-to work surface, but I got kind of sick of having the ironing board out all the time. So with bringing that steamer trunk up at table height, I can actually use that as my work surface. So all the doll clothes I've been cutting out over the last few weeks are on top of that trunk. So I will finish that, and then I will work on finding ways to dress dolls in these. So a lot of these are obviously Blythe size. I mean, I have Blythe size. You know, I think the fun of doll clothes is figuring out who can wear things that they were never intended for. This is... I feel like I should know what PGD is, but it's not off the top of my head. So I could tell as soon as I touched it that this was not homemade. Again, though, if you have a leather and vinyl needle, then sewing vinyl is not as infuriating as it is to try to sew vinyl with a regular sharp sewing machine needle. Hat. This will probably end up on some of my other big dolls, like the ball jointed dolls. Okay, I never got this dress because the doll that it came on I thought looked a lot like the articulated AA mountain climber, made to move mountain climber, and I liked mountain climber's hair better. So I just repainted her to kind of look like, she was called Rainbow Bright. So I never had the dress, but now I have the dress, thank you. This is Barbie. Here's this can. You know, I'm going to try to squeeze this on a can, even if it's supposed to be Barbie, just because look at it. Okay. And then there, oh, maybe 2 dolls. Oh, wait, there's no one being here. Okay, one of these cranky vintage babies, which the camera recognizes that there is a face there. Should I respect the cranky vintage baby, or should I find a body for her? Oh, is this Miss Viola? Cool. With all due respect, I might take this off of the doll body and put a pin back on it so I can just wear it and show the world. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't been doing a lot of doll stuff. I have ideas for dolls. A big one is, well, I, like many other people in the world, have been playing a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Tiffy came up with the idea of making a doll based on your Animal Crossing character. And I have the parts for that, but the body that I want to use for it's going to have to be heavily modified, and I have just not been really in the mood to do that. And I have other parts, other pieces that I want to play around with someday. So the doll stuff is still in my brain. I just have not done it. Alright, this is probably somebody custom because she has a lot of protection on her face. Oh, it's the new Basquiat doll. This is the Nichelle sculpt, which is one of my favorite Mattel sculpts. This was Mattel Shawnee's friend, Nichelle. So it's cool to have this Nichelle as a modern doll, because every other Nichelle I've had has been from the 90s. Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much. I'm already thinking, you know, there's the next BMR 1959 dolls, or 1959, however you say it, have been previewed. And there is a petite with pink hair, who I like the fact that she's a petite, petite made to move, and I like the fact that she has pink hair, and I like her skin tone, but she's the Claudette sculpt, which it's a fine sculpt, but I was looking at pictures of Claudette I have on a Made to Move, the original Made to Move, and honestly it looks like the head looks like a balloon on that body. So this head, I think the skin tone will match that body, and this head looks like it would be better proportioned to a petite body, and then you could put the Claudette on the tall pivotal body, and I'd still have the pink haired doll, and I'd also have a Nichelle with good articulation. Although I already have one on a Made to Move. But you know, the favorite head can get more bodies, right? Cool. Alright, I gotta stop myself right now because I'm already wanting to try clothes. And I'm gonna go ahead and try this on her. Like, so this is probably for the vintage body, which is, you know, bustier. Just to get an idea. I mean, honestly, the way the buttons are placed, this could go onto a really much larger than Barbie doll. And the button snaps. I do know about sewy things, really. Honestly, I might go try this dress on a 14-inch or even a 45-centimeter doll. Ooh, Tiffany Taylor. Maybe. Because this is a cool dress. Like I said, I've said before, you put things in my hand and I will immediately get ideas for them. But that doesn't mean I will follow through. See, this is probably the right size. Oh, she has blue fingernail polish, so that matches. Alright, dolls are fun. I will get back to doll stuff once I can get my mind from, you know how brains are. I don't know if that's Barbie size. Yeah, I gotta stop or I'm just gonna stand here and play with the Spyro dolls. So, big thanks to Patty. And, if you're not following Patty, she's WellerMade on Instagram, you should, because she has always had a really good eye for interesting dolls and taking really good photos of them. So, follow Patty, and I thank her very, very much. And apologies if I was a little rusty on this video, or if I've always been this rusty and my videos are always this slapdash. You probably will know better than I. I'm gonna go edit this and post this, and hi, I'm not back, but I'm still here.